Hi everybody, and good evening, and welcome to today's final live stream, which is Star Wars: The Old Republic on the beautiful Linux Mint. Hi Rob, hi Dave, how you doing? And we're on our Trooper on the Starforge American server, and we're going to try and get him up to level 80, max level, and that's going to be my SWOTA goal for 2026, to try and get a level 8 on each server. I'm already legendary on Darth Malgus, so I really don't need to be legendary on any other. But it would be nice to have a level 80 on every server. We'll see how we go. Anyway, he's got to make his way over to Coruscant. So let's get him over there. Hope you're all safe and well. Hope you and Mrs. Dave are safe and well. I'm just having the most amazing time. Very excited for next week. I'm going to get spoilt beyond my wildest dreams next week on 2 of the games. 100% for free. How cool is that? This is running and looking fantastic in 1080p on the Linux Mint, with the entry level RTX 3050, and we'll get as much done tonight in tonight's live stream as we can. The difference between this character and the Darth Malgus ones is they're only doing main purple quests. On the other servers I'm trying to mop up every single scrap of content that I possibly can. Now he's level 18. I think we upgraded him with his armor patches to level 18. Oh shush.
I realize you can't discuss it, Lieutenant, but thank you for exposing the traitors on Ord Mantell.
You know about that, you also know I've got unfinished business.
I'm not here to keep you from that. I represent Venara Kale, Senator of Coruscant. She not only speaks for our capital world in the Galactic Senate, but oversees this planet's government. Senator Kale leads the effort to rebuild what was destroyed during the Sith Empire's invasion. Healing those old wounds has been slow and painful.
We're here collecting credits for the reconstruction, is that it?
A person with your skills can provide more substantial aid. This world faces many a crisis. A shattered infrastructure, a booming refugee population, whole sectors descending into anarchy. All of these hinder the rebuilding. Senator Kale believes you're specially qualified to deal with a dangerous and urgent threat. She'd appreciate the favor of a meeting, immediately.
How long have you loitered around the spaceport waiting for my shuttle?
My time is the Senator's time, and I never wait for long. Senator Kale is the greatest leader we've had in decades. She'll not only rebuild this world, but the rest of the Republic with it. Speak to Minister Imo at the Senate Tower. Tell him you're expected. Good luck, and welcome to Coruscant.
Yeah, it's fantastic, Dave. Well, I've had... Really, I mean, my Zorin's safe. It's on another SSD, but I've had no choice. My hand was forced, and I couldn't put up with the shenanigans any longer. Linux Mint has always been like coming home for me. So I think in tonight's live stream, we'll go and have a crack at the heroics and see if we can't get some nice XP done and level him up a little bit before we start on the main and side quests. So the first one, of course, is the Republic's Most Wanted. So let's zip there. Of course, with this being heroics and there's only being level 18, we're down level to 17, so we might be okay. and he's skilled as a dot, a damage over time, so he's not direct damage, so he should be fine at not pulling aggro, famous last words. The question is whether our companion is going to be tough enough to survive these heroic encounters, and especially with the bosses. I don't usually play a trooper as a dot, let alone a vanguard. So it's kind of a first on two fronts. Yeah, it's my backup headset, Dave, until I buy a new one. I know it's not the same sort of quality that the Logitech is. I get that. But it's better than having the terrible sound that I've been having. And I think it's better for you guys and girls, and you know, it does allow me to talk, chat and commentate on the videos. Come on, take the trash out first. Oh. And I can't select the Guild Bruiser for some reason. Oh, now I can. Jolly good. Hopefully our companion Eric there is not going to perish. I'm just going to sit back and take it nice and easy and let him suffer. Yeah, it's nowhere near the sound of the Logitech one, but it'll do for now. And I do keep it as, if you like, my backup headset. I will get another Logitech in the not too distant future, but at least it allows me to chat and interact with you guys and girls on the live streams. I don't mind doing the live streams with no mic, but I think people also come here a lot for the chat. And come on, spawn bitches. And I think that when you don't have that, it's a little bit off-putting. Here we go. Go get him, Eric. Kick a little ass. As I say, I'm a dot damage over time, so the longer the fight goes on, the more my damage starts to rack up. Rather than it be burst damage and run out of steam, you get more powerful over time. And it's very much a nice and easy play style, as you can see. But it does rely heavily on your companion surviving. If your companion dies, you're in a mess, basically. You're done. So it's in your interest to be careful about the fights you pick, and be careful about who you kill first. Let him pull aggro and then we'll just chip away. We're a Plasma Tech Vanguard, which means every blaster bolt inflicts burning, which is part of your damage over time. You can see it there erupting from his body. I do quite like damage over time, but you know, it really does take time to be effective. Now in boss fights it's terrific because you have that time. Hey up there, lovely to see you. That's good to hear, Dave, thank you. Whereas on some of the other fights, because they're over fairly quickly and they can also do burst damage to your companion, it's not good. This is also a terrible build if you overpull. But PC wise, since they made the jump from Zorin over back to Mint, I'm just having the time of my life. So I just hope this continues throughout 2026. Hey Dell, lovely to see you. How you doing? So yeah, and as well as doing the gaming, I'm also going to do some Linux live streams where I'm just chatting with you guys and girls. Nothing heavy duty, nice and easy, and trying not to let YouTube take my live streams and videos down because I infringe copyright. Well, you know, like Beck always says, once a fool, always a fool. Just saying. I don't think there's anything on here. Right, now this is going to be the same sort of setup. So we need to turn around and back it in. We're both healed up. And as soon as we back it in... no, they're not actually. It's the other way, isn't it? Chedmos are going to appear. I think we kill these first and then the Chedmos appear. Come on, select the other one. That's it. Okay, go and deal with the trash, Eric. If I've got this right, then it's great. If I've got it wrong, I'm in the doo-doo. Now this should be a long fight because there are two bosses here. We'll get him off me. Let's burn him a bit. Let's iron pull some of it. This is basically a lazy one-button affair, but with the trooper rather than with any other class, and it should work with the trooper just fine, provided I don't get my companion killed. Just mop this up. And that's one of the reasons I've got Eric set on tank and not damage. In normal circumstances we'd set him to damage and he will kill everything really quick for us, whether we're paying attention or not. On heroics, of course, as they are a lot more harder and difficult enemies, we want to choose tank. Okay, so we're going to back it in here because these assholes are going to suddenly appear, and if you didn't know these were here, well, you'd be right in the tom tick, because not only would you have enemies attacking you in front, you'd have enemies attacking you behind, and the heroic quality, so mighty quick you would die. Let's just get the dots going. And we could skill in as a tank as well, and put the companion to healer, but then that means it's going to take an awful long time to kill stuff, even though you wouldn't sort of die very quickly. And having Eric as a healer is kind of the standard way that everybody plays the game. Whereas me, I like to be a little bit different by design, and I guess the fact that we're actually doing this on the Linux makes us a little bit different by design anyway, which is nice. Nice to be different to the crowd. But then I like to go the extra mile. Now, as this is on the American server and I'm in the UK, there is a little bit of micro lag. It's not game breaking, but it is there, you know, between pressing something and something actually happening. It's not unlike the Darth Malgus server where it's pretty much instant. I might try testing out a VPN, but I don't think that's going to help with the latency much, to be honest. But look, it's okay. It's doable. So we've got a super exciting week coming up PC wise. Lots of streams on the Linux, on the gaming. And also I've got lots of exciting stuff happening in real life as well. Lots of job hunting, a few other activities, and doing some preparation work as well. So yeah, pretty busy at the minute. It's all good. But I have to say, for me personally, the Linux Mint really has taken my gaming enjoyment to the next level. And there we go, that's heroic number 1 complete. Now, as we're not a tank, we'll go for the demolishers lockbox. Now, what I'm hoping to get out of all these heroics is accessories. It really help. We could use that as our outfit. That would be quite nice, just to make ourselves look a bit different. And I had dyed him mint, but I do like this top. And it's a nice colour as well. It's kind of the proper trooper colour. What have we got? An experiment? Oh right, okay, yeah, that's an experimental, that's fine. So that's his 2 outfits. So I will keep that piece of armour, even though it's not particularly rare. So the first lockbox, first heroic, well, not too bad. Retrieve the astrogation charts. That's the next one, so let's go do it. And I also really do like his bum flap as well, that this piece of armour provides. It's a standard drop in heroics, but that's another reason to do the heroic content on every planet, because it will give you some nice cosmetic rewards, as well as some nice accessories as well. Let me just think, hang on a second. B, yeah, I thought we were doing this. So I need to remember this all the while, and this is how we level up our companions. First of all by crafting, and secondly by getting them to run missions while we're in game doing stuff. So it's a free, as Dave would say, cheap bastard way of free leveling all your companions up. So that's quite nice, you think. Remember, we are a dot, damage over time, but in order to get our dots cracking, backing and stacking, although we are a range damage dealer, we do have to run in quite close now and again. There we go. And that'll keep stacking the dots on them. And the dots, as you level up, do become quite powerful. Especially if you skill for them, or spend your combat. So if you go to combat style, you'll see that I am currently plasma tech, which is damage over time. Now it depends on whether you want to go single target or AOE multiple targets and all the rest of it, but it should be good enough to carry us all the way through comfortably to level 80. I did start the Open Morrowind earlier on, so that's all looking good. That series is ready to kick off, so it'll either be SWOT or Open Morrowind if I'm gaming. The other games I'll save till we've done what we want to do. on both the SWOTA. I was thinking, oh my god, we're dead. How did he die? Did I not heal him up? We are so dead, I'm afraid. Come on. No, we're gonna die. We're dead. Yeah, there you go. I must have forgot to heal Arik up. Yeah, it's also very light on the updates as well, Dave. So as well as being rock solid and stable, it's also very light on the updates. So, you know, to update and back up once a week is plenty. More than plenty. There's no way Eric should have died there, so obviously I didn't heal him. Because he took a butt ton of damage. Which he shouldn't have done. So that was obviously my bad. There you go. See, Eric should have never died to him ever. So obviously I didn't heal him. Or he took an absolute metric arse ton of damage. I'm not going to worry about killing them all and doing the bonus. Because the main attraction is going to be just completing the heroic content and getting the rewards on each planet. And this again is something that we don't do with Darth Malgus. We literally just do the main purple quest missions, and that way it is good enough and you zip through the storyline, whereas this way, well, we're going to be pottering, taking our time and enjoying the pants out of every scrap of content that we can get our Mickey sticks on. Don't forget, I am a pure free-to-play player, although I do have a lot of content unlocked. I will have to subscribe in the not too distant future in order to unlock all the latest content. And as I always say, the older content really starts at Knights of the Fallen, stops at Knights of the Fallen Empire, and that's when this game truly becomes epic. And I mean epic.
I don't care why you do this. I'm glad it's done.
Demolish shot.
So take these credits.
Let's see what else we get given from this juicy little lockbox. Oh, and we've got an earring, which is nice. And some boots. Some white boots for him that he could wear. But I'm quite happy with the boots that I've got on. But I am going to save them because you don't tend to find white boots that often. Let's just heal Eric up before we go to the next one. So we only need to complete 2 more heroics and we'll get the weekly bonus on top of the heroic bonuses. And obtain a clinic pass key. Go to Gunther's shop. Right, okay, so as you can see, it's just, I haven't, this is just vanilla SWOTOR. I haven't installed reshade or anything of the like. It's just vanilla running on top of Linux Mint on Xorg. And that's the other thing, I mean, this version of Linux Mint is good for operating system and security updates until 2029. So I'm in no big rush to look at running Wayland. I'm hoping that by 2029 Wayland will have sorted itself out, and by then I'll probably either not be here anymore or probably won't be doing so much YouTube content creation. We'll just have to see. You just never know. So we'll just play it by ear, but at the minute I am absolutely loving the Linux Mint. And as I say, I had planned to stay on Zorin for the whole of 2026, but I'm glad I made the move when I did, because it would have been unwise to have left it. 22.2, the latest version of Linux Mint on XFCE. And that's the other thing I love about Linux Mint. They have my absolute favourite XFCE available right out the box, without having to install it, configure it and set it all up manually. Linux Mint's done all the hard work for you, which is really kind of them. So once I complete this, Dave, I'll show you a full screenshot of the version of Linux Mint that I'm on. I've got a desktop, take it off window capture. I just find window capture works best for live streaming the gaming, whereas when I'm just chatting and doing my Linux content, I can quite happily stream the whole PC, it's not a problem. But I think for prolonged game streaming, then it makes sense just to capture the window. It also allows me to have the chat on screen, and you guys and girls can't see it and are not bothered about it or by it. Okay, so let me just change this over for Dave. So I'll take it off of window and put it onto screen capture, and hopefully you'll see what I mean once it comes through. So I've got the YouTube chat on screen, which you can't see when I'm only streaming SWTOR, which is really nice for me, and it means you get instant responses and don't have to wait, which again is also nice. So if I just open a terminal and type in, yeah, I know I should switch to fast fetch or some other sort of fetch. Yeah, I get it. There you go, that's what I'm running, Dave. So 22.2, 6.14.36 generic kernel. I've not put a gaming kernel in because I'm trying to keep it as slim as possible. I'm using XFCE 418. Mint Y on the theming. We've got AMD Ryzen 5 1600AF 6-core 12-thread processor, an nVidia RTX 3050 and 32 gigabytes of DDR4 gaming RAM. So there we go. So let me just put you back on to what I want you to see, which is the window capture, and I'll just make sure that that comes back. It does, and that way you only see the game being captured, which is, I think, is really nice. Now if you'll notice, these are both starting to level up quite nicely for doing very, very little, to be honest. It's just A, remembering, and B, being asked to do it. You know, again, it just depends on how much effort you as a player want to put into the game, and that is your choice. There is no right and wrong choice. It's whatever you enjoy doing, really. Hey up, MS, how you diddly doing? Nice to see you. You have a problem with Mint. Sometimes when I maximise YouTube, just jump on another display. Okay, so using multiple displays, and also what version of Mint are you using? Are you using Cinnamon, XFCE or Mate? Because your desktop interface will have a bearing. Don't forget, really 99.9% of the development work done by Mint is for Cinnamon. So if you're using one of the other desktops like me, well, you certainly won't get access to all the features of Cinnamon. and it might not be as advanced as the Linux Cinnamon version is. There's definitely a bit of micro lag, but we can put up with it. It's not the end of the world. Of course, it doesn't mean you probably hear all the clicky keyboard, but hey, at least I get a chance to chat with you whilst I'm live streaming, which is excellent, as Bill and Ted would say. Excellent. And that's him dead. Jolly good. So, a bit of a protracted fight, but... Oh! Have we now been DC'd? Possibly. You use Cinnamon. Yeah, absolutely, Dave. Couldn't agree with you more. I may well DC it. I might have DC'd. Sometimes... I think that's okay. Sometimes clicking in and out can temporarily cause not micro lag but major lag. Okay, so I guess the standard stock reply to you is, have you reported the issue on the Mint forums? That's your first port of call, because obviously I don't know what your individual setup is. I don't know how many monitors you've got, I don't know how you've set it up, what graphics card you got, what drivers you know, there's so many elements into it, and I would heartily recommend that you explore that on the Linux Mint forums for sure. Oh shit, not healed him. Oh, he might die again, because this is heroics after all. So we'll kill these sumbitches as quickly as possible before our beautiful Arik buys it. I really should try and get into the habit of healing him. Yep, I mean, I think Don has my favourite saying of all time: just use what works for you. You know, really nobody gives a flying fuck what operating system I'm on. I'm not an influencer, I'm not on TikTok, I'm on YouTube, sharing with you guys and girls my pleasure, sometimes my pain, and hopefully you guys and girls reciprocate that, which you do. Oh, you want to get a bit fresh, do you, big boy? Well, burn baby burn. Alright, we've got another one over there, Eric. Let's dot him. Wow, did we really kill him that quick? Or did we lag out a bit and it caught up? Not so sure. You've searched the internet, but have you been onto the Linux Mint forums?
One of my finer efforts, I think.
Only Linux Mint problem. Then the only thing that I could recommend is try another distro and see if you can replicate the issue. If the issue goes away, then stay on the other distro. Whereas if it's still there, well, it's not the distro. Very difficult. I mean, I've gone from CachyOS to ZorinOS and settled on Linux Mint because for me personally, Linux Mint is just home and it's perfect. It's not perfect, but to me it is. However, you need to discover what your perfect is. Oh, I've not healed him again. God, I can be such a putz. you like cinnamon, then well, be a little bit daring. Why don't you give Casio OS a run out and install the cinnamon desktop on it? Just a thought. Changing over from Ubuntu to Arch, or another great one would be MX Linux, and put the cinnamon desktop on that. You really are kind of spoilt for choice in today's age, and there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get the result that you want. Just saying. You shouldn't have to settle for second best. Very difficult to... I wish I could wave a magic wand and just give you the answer to your problem, but as to give you an analogy, it's a little bit like driving your car to a garage and saying to the mechanic, you know, what the hell is up with it? Well, how the hell does the mechanic know until he's took a look? Very, very difficult. But my first of call would be to go to the Mint forums. Yeah, I know, Dave. And it gives me a lot of pleasure, and I do really love helping people, but you know, it's very, very difficult to, you know, be the oracle and provide the answer that everybody wants when they want it. I guess my best advice would be head over to the Linux Mint forums and post as much detail on your issue as you can there, and see how you get on. You never know, you might just get a swift resolution to your issue. They might say, oh yeah, we're aware of that problem, do this, that and the other. Bang, fixed, done. And then you can move on from that issue, and it no longer becomes an annoying daily issue. It's something that you can move on from, which is important. And it will allow you then to just enjoy the pants out of your Linux Mint as I'm doing. I just wish everybody could have the level of enjoyment that I'm having right now, because it's just fantastic. And it's fully justified by seeing all the crying going on the Windows YouTube channels. I love it. It seems like Microsoft are going out of the way to fuck everybody who uses Windows right up the arse, one way or the other. Thanks, Dave, that's very kind of you, dude. That's better. Eric's now healed up. Okay, get yourself in. And we'll go ahead and dot them all, well, as many as we can anyway. Yeah, and that's them all done and dusted. And again, we're actually doing triple, because we're not only completing a heroic and leveling up our idle companions, we're also leveling our crafting skills as well. Now, as I say, it's just A, remembering to do it, and B, being asked to do it. It just depends, as I say, on how much effort you want to put into a character. Of course, you can skip all of this, you don't have to do it. But actually, by skipping it all, you are selling yourself short. Since I've been communicating with the oh, bless you. Thank you, Dave. Much obliged. Okay, so I think that's about done this heroic. I think what we need to do now is go to the other side and go to the computer terminal and activate that. And then I think this heroic's about done. If I remember right. Yeah, we should have done the other side first. And then we wouldn't have had to run. But anyway, it's what it is. It's not the end of the world. Okay, so we'll select the Demolisher. Because we're not... we're ding level 19. Because we're not a tank, we'll go for the Demolisher, which should give us a little bit more damage over time. That's pretty much identical to what we've already received. So what do we need on him? We're looking for earrings and one more earring and 2 implants, which we'll probably get through doing all the heroics and the flashpoints. Don't listen to her, Dave. She don't know what she's talking about. They're not made up words at all. All my words, phrases, paraphrases and sayings are, you know, crystal clear entries in the Oxford Dictionary.
One of my finer efforts.
So don't listen to old lady Corley for there. Just it's interesting how we seem to struggle with some enemies and not with others. Okay, we better heal up Arik before we go any further. Oh, see, you can't even spell thump. Just saying, don't listen to her, Dave. She just makes this shit up, she really does. And then accuses me. I mean, really? Honestly, I don't know. No, I don't want you to take him on first. I want you to kill the trash first, as Mrs. Dave will tell you with the World of Warcraft. Always kill the trash mobs first. Because if you leave the trash alive, over time they will really hurt you. So deal with the trash first, get them out the way, lovely, and then you can take the main boss down. She'll be telling us next day she's not doing very well. I mean, she really does. She really does come out of it, I tell you. Let's take her the trash down. Arik's doing okay, but we do need to give him a hand. Help this guy die rather quickly. There we go. As with no healing. Now, as I say, you could choose to play it another way entirely, whereby you're the main damage dealer. Really? Really? Why will you not accept? Thank you. And as you can see, these are levelling up really nice. For doing very little while we're busy doing this, as I say, it's just absolutely being asked to remember to do it. Send them off and they'll level up, which is going to pay you a lot of dividends in the long run. I'm getting better, thank you, EB. I've had the COVID. Yeah, she has, to be fair. She has, to be fair. She hasn't been very well, so it's good to see that she's on the mend. Now, of course, we do also have premium companions as well, but by using your regular ones, you're levelling them up really rather nicely. Aric's doing really, really well, and don't forget these are heroic enemies, so they are elites. They're not your regular enemies. So we're absolutely doing fine. We're holding our own. And we've got the best of all worlds at the minute, we really have. We're having a great time. On the Linux lint. Okay, let's see if the Wanderer appears. We always get a fucking Wanderer appear in the middle of a fight. That little AoE skill is really nice, I like that very much. Let's pop and burn Chedmo here. Old Spedges. Here's the Wanderer. How did I fucking know? And I bet we end up having to fight him before we can kill. Yeah, and it's another elite, of course. It's another former. Okay, go get him, Aric. Son of a bitch. As our David says, son bitch. Now we could switch the play up by putting on Aric as a healer. I mean that, guys, it's pretty nigh. It's not impossible, but it's pretty nigh on impossible for us to die. But then we don't get the pleasure of sending him in and letting him take all the pain. So, you know, it's horses for courses. It's a little bit like your Linux. It's whatever floats your boat. And it's however you enjoy playing the game. Let's send him off on an expensive one. Screw it. And you can do an expensive one as well. If you fail, well, I'll stop using you, chab. Okay, so let's switch it up and let's just change the play style a bit. We'll put Aric onto a healer, which means we run in and do all the damage, and it's up to him to keep us alive and heal us up. As I say, it depends how you enjoy playing the game. I really do enjoy causing him as much pain as possible and sending him in. But we can do it the, if you like, standard way or the normalised way. The only trouble with this is that being as the heroics, as I say, it's and that's it. Aric should keep us alive comfortably. Take the trash out first. Keep me damage overtimes up. And I think you'll find we'll do just fine. This is the way that most people play the game, but as Dave would say, I'm just a lazy, you're just a slack-jawed faggot, Ebeez. You're a slacker. As I say, he's even as the damage over time, he's got more than enough in the tank to deal with heroics on his own. Don't forget, heroics are group content and they are designed for 2 or more players. But you can, providing you keep your armour up modded, you can quite happily run them all solo. So that's using your companion as a healer rather than as a tank or a damage dealer. And it means that, you know, on heroic content, you know, you can solo all that. So the regular content you can just breeze through. It's whether you want to be asked to be the main damage dealer. So all we've got to do now is get the hell out of here, and we should get the final 2 rewards, which should be a nice big ludge of XP, which will shove us up towards level 20, or well on the way anyway, for doing very little. And of course we're also, there we go, that's one of them, and there's t'other one. And we're also leveling our companions up in the background as well, so it's just absolute win-win. Okay, so we've got the other earring this time, which is nice. And we've got a spare pair of boots. Boots, them kinky boots. Okay, so we want to go back to the beginning. We don't want to go there. There's the Jedi Temple, and you'll see that we've now got a living, breathing world on SWTOR, which we never used to have with these events, which I genuinely believe they've nicked the idea right off of Guild Wars 2. And do you know what? That's absolutely fine. Is that all locked? No. I thought that was all locked up. I was going to say it shouldn't be locked. I'll keep hoping for some wild and crazy ADS journeys, Ebeez. Well, sorry Dave, but you're going to be a little bit disappointed. I've kind of dropped the truck in for now. And I was going to replace it with spin tyres and mud runner, but I'm actually going to replace it with the farming sim, because I do love my farming. You know, the problem with it is that I think that SCS are getting to the stage where they're actually starting to ruin the game now, in that it's great that they've optimised it for console use. Fantastic, that's a big benefit to the PC player. But I think it's getting to this stage where there's just too many DLCs and too many paid mods, and you know, it just goes on and on and on. And I just think, well, you know, maybe it's time to call it a day on the trucking. I mean, I could install an older version of the game and do a mega combo build and you're done. You've not got to worry, but you know, no, people always want the latest and greatest. Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's such a shame. Use the customs terminal. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Okay. Hop in, Eric. I love the mount system in this game. You know, so I think, look, one of the games I play every day is World of Warships / World of Tanks, but I only log in and play the minimum requirement, you know, to get some of the missions and a lot of the free rewards. My main game is Star Wars The Old Republic, and the only other game at this moment in time that I'm streaming is Morrowind, the Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Now, I do plan throughout 2026 to do a spot of farming for a couple of reasons, because A, I love the farming, and B, you can play it with friends, and any game played solo is great. Any game played with friends is fucking amazing. So there is that side to it. Really, where am I going? I've gone by the fucking lift now. Jesus. How can I get lost in a fucking spaceport? Really, Eves, get a grip. Sort yourself out, big boy. So I obviously forgot to check in at the security console when we came to Coruscant like a noob. So I need to go and get that done. Okay, Bexy. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, we've had our farm for quite a while now. Just saying. And it stood the test of time across distros, across Windows. Fantastic. And it's something that, you know, is really enjoyable to go back to and do a bit more. And I just think it's fantastic.
I did my officer training here. Back before I was deployed to Ord Mantell. There was still a fair bit of reconstruction going on then. Rebuilding things the Imperials destroyed. Still can't believe the Empire managed to sack Coruscant back in the war.
I think she's a bit
Capital of the
whiffy,
entire
Dave, anyway.
Republic, and they raided it like some outer rim mudball.
You'd think our capital would be better defended.
The Republic committed its forces to engaging the Empire on outlying worlds. Defending Coruscant was an afterthought. Anyways, we should get moving. Don't want to keep anyone important waiting.
You know, I think as Mrs. David say, you know, if people start to get a bit sniffy, it's 'cause you're diffy. It's a bit whiffy. Just saying. Gosh. Love it. Love it. Love it to bits. Well. I'm surprised you can hear. So that's all the heroics done. We should be good to go now, actually, to just crack on with the planetary quests and any of the events that we come across. If we fancy doing them, we can do those.
One of my finer efforts, I think.
And again, you know, whether the companions are successful or not, it doesn't matter. They'll just continue on leveling up. So he's nearly level 2. He's on his way to level 2. So again, you know, for doing really very little, it's just another nice little aspect to the game. But only if you're not in a massive rush to get to level 80. If you're in a massive rush, you might want to skip that. Oh, gone where? What, the whiffy diffy's gone? Okay, so here we've got a simple event that we can do. We need to set off 20 fireworks. And we can do that. I don't know if there's anything else at the end of the 20. But as I say, it gives you a nice ludge of XP for doing very little. The events are great fun. Some of them are really, really immersive as well. Some are like this one are just a load of fun to do. And as we're here, we may as well do them anyway. What are we on? 15 or 20. So 2 more tables should cover it. As I say, I don't know if there's anything else we need to do after we've done this exercise, probably. There's one there as well. So we need to do one more. Let's get it done. There we go. We didn't need to do anything else in this particular event. And that's helped to ding us level 20. Nice. Level 20 already, and we're only on our first planet. I do expect him to level like a mother trucker throughout this series, and as I say, I will try and do as much of the content as I possibly can. Yeah, it's still one of the best. I think Guild Wars 2 is the better game and the better model, without a shadow of a doubt, but I think this is a very close second. And now with the no updates, as they've relaxed a lot of the restrictions, I think it's very, very close to...
Resources are scarce. There's only so much.
But I wanted to try and get a nice mix of online and offline games. And one of the other games that I'm really, really excited about, just evict them all. It's not very nice, Ebeez.
Past attempts to forcibly relocate refugees ended poorly. The criminals helped the people resist and came away looking like heroes. The Migrant Merchants Guild has grown increasingly hostile and violent. Their criminal enforcers have acquired military-grade weaponry. Earlier today, their thugs took to the streets. They attacked our security personnel, set fires, began rioting. We're facing an armed insurrection.
You just described the last enemy I fought.
I need your expertise, Lieutenant. We can't rule out the possibility of Imperial influence. For generations, the
I'll show you all the
market
game
was a
roster
central trade hub. Its
in
importance
a
isn't
minute.
merely economic. It's a symbol of the Republic's freedom.
It's very simple, very straightforward, but as I say, the Linux Mint just delivers. I've done all my thumbnails.
The criminals must not win.
I'll push those gangsters to the bottom of Coruscant if that's what it takes.
Burying them may be our best option, Lieutenant. Do whatever you must to save innocent lives from that.
I forgot I've been promoted from sergeant to
Find my
lieutenant.
security chief, Captain Winborn. He'll help. Good luck.
Okay, so
One of
let
my
me just
finer
put you
efforts.
back on to screen capture, so it might go black for a second or two till it comes back through, and we'll just accept that, and we'll quit Star Wars The Old Republic. So the game roster is very simple, Dave, and it's one that I'm really looking forward to. So as you can see, we've got Star Wars The Old Republic, World of Warships and World of Tanks. Open Morrowind is the first offline game, which I'm absolutely excited about and loving. The other online game actually is Star Trek Online, along with the Farm Sim. Of course, 17's just my favourite. I've got them all from 13 to 25, but 17 is my favourite. And I think they've done the same thing with Farm Sim as they're doing with the trucking. They're trying to put too much into the game, trying to make it too realistic, and for me, again personally, it removes a lot of the fun. But I think Star Trek Online has the potential to be the other main series as a free-to-play player, for sure. Next year, 2026, and I think, you know, I'm not a massive Trekkie fan, but damn, I love this game, and it's free to play. Do I love it as much as Guild Wars 2 or SWOTA? No, those two are my favourite all-time, if you like, games. But I really do fancy streaming a bit of this as a clueless, feckless, and absolutely useless noob in 2026. So I currently have a female lieutenant low level. But when I start the series, I'll delete her and we'll start from scratch. I'll make a male character because, you know, she's only got a fart and you see everything that she's got, which is not good. Plus you can choose, I mean, I've chose Federation, but you can be Klingon, Romulan, whatever you want really. And I just think that, like Star Wars The Old Republic, because this is an older game, again I think 2012 this released, it's got a massive depth and breadth of content. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about the game roster. It's perfect. And the other thing that I've done, so Wargaming from sort of late August, beginning of September onwards have been very generous. It's allowed me to use my Steam account on World of Warships to really build a fleet. Whereas on World of Tanks, well, I've installed that outside of Steam, i.e. not the Steam client, but the World of Tanks client, and loaded up my old original account. And again, they're being very, very generous this year, giving you not one but two full tech tree lines, loads of freebies and giveaways. So that's really why it's on there. But both World of Warships and World of Tanks I tend to play off camera because of the cussing and me getting marders while I'm playing it and losing my shit. Whereas the Farm Sim, the Star Trek, the Open Morrowind and the SWOTA, well, to me they're just an absolute joy and great fun to play. So yeah, that's the stage I'm at, Dave. And as I say, the Linux Mint has allowed me to do it all. I've created all my thumbnails The only other thing I do want to add on a regular basis are the Linux live streams, where I chat with you lot and try and help you guys and girls out to the best of my ability, and we all hang out and have a bit of fun. And you know, it's light-hearted. It's not as heavy duty as some of the gaming streams. I don't really get a lot of chance in the gaming streams because obviously the stuff that I want to get done. You made a Synology media server. Good for you. Every piece of video, music and photos is on it using Seagate Iron Wolf drives. It is awesome. Yeah, good for you, Dave. Well done. Well done. And the thing is, you know, it's important that you do what makes you happy. So basically what I'm saying is screw everybody else. Do what makes you happy, because it's your pleasure, it's your time that you're spending doing this stuff. So make sure it's what you want to do and make sure you're getting the pleasure and the return out of it, for sure. As I say, I'm absolutely so glad I bit the bullet and went to Linux Mint. I could have stayed on Zorin. I could have done nothing, and sometimes the best thing to do sometimes is nothing. But this wasn't one of those times, just saying. So I could have gone to CachyOS, but Mint is kind of like the lighthouse in the middle of the sea. You know, it's safe, you know it's always going to be there, always works, and it's kind of like your best friend. Whereas all the others are kind of like girlfriends,
Yes, Senator, that's
bit
exactly
unpredictable.
what I'm saying. I can assure you that I've seen no shred of proof supporting these rumors of a defection within Spec4's division.
Yeah, YouTube's shite at the minute. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. The other thing I'm doing is putting up classic unmissable movies on the YouTube website.
Now, if you'll excuse me,
So
I
that
see
completes the
yes.
roster. So gaming, Linux content and the movies
Impeccable
for
timing,
the
Major.
times when you just
I'm
want to
General
chill out.
Barza. It's good to finally meet you in person.
And I need to upload some fresh ones. I've not done it for a while actually. Did 3 biblical ones for people that, you know, like the religious stuff, and that will take off in time. It just takes a while to go through,
I have to
but it's nice to
congratulate you,
have
so
a
I'm
wide
really
variety of
full
content
skill
on the
and
YouTube,
courage. I'm impressed.
and we'll see how it goes. But I'm very, very happy with it.
Other soldiers would have in a situation. Sergeant Jordan, I'm pleased to have you with us as well.
And Steam is better. I did
Very
actually look the other day at live streaming on
That's an
Steam,
odd way of showing his regard.
and it's, you know, it's available. It's great.
And I'd say a position
You know,
of the
I've
public's
looked at
most
doing it
elite
on
special forces
Rumble,
squad
on
is doing
Twitch,
very
on all
well
sorts.
indeed.
But
It's regrettable about Davis and
a little
Ebeez.
bit like
I knew you were
Linux
upset,
Mint,
but I never
YouTube is
imagined you would
kind
be
of my
so
home.
foolish as to defect.
And as much as I've got
Nevertheless,
gripes with it
whatever your
and it
former
pisses
squad
me
mates
off,
once were to us, they are now extremely dangerous enemies
I
of the
kind
Republic.
of stay here because my community's here, and that's half your battle. You know
I'm
what I mean?
glad I can depend on you to do what's necessary, Lieutenant.
So, let's load up a strike shuttle and hunt Tavis and the rest of them down like the scum they are.
I would very much like to give that order, Sergeant, but I'm afraid we've discovered some new information since you left Ord Mantell. Our intelligence shows that hundreds of other Special Forces soldiers have followed Tavis and defected to the Empire. In
Hundreds.
short, Lieutenant, we have a catastrophe on our hands.
I can't believe so many soldiers could abandon our cause.
It's a dire situation, but we aren't out of options yet. We have one powerful asset that Tavis and his followers haven't planned for. You. Tavis believes you're dead on Ord Mantell, and that Havoc's defection is still a secret. Right now, Tavis will be securing his armament and supplies. We need to cut those supply lines while he isn't expecting it.
Makes sense to me.
Yep, we can do that, Mom.
Needed supplies outside of the normal Republic
As
channels.
long
They
as
purchased
one
the items from
realises
Underworld routes
YouTube
here
will
on
be
Coruscant. I have units
stingy
working
on
to cut off these
monetising,
Underworld
you are
sources,
good to go.
but two
Yeah, mine's a free
organizations are
YouTube,
preventing
Dave. I don't make a penny out of it on this YouTube. This is the one that I created when I had the stroke, and I intend for it to be remain free. You know, if you want to buy me a coffee, you can, you know, send me a book or 2 books via PayPal or whatever. I'm not going to go down the road of Patreon and trying to bang people for money. I want it to be like the operating system. just a cool free place you can come hang out, piss off, and then go and do what you've got to do. But I think, you know, like the lighthouse, I just want to really be a lighthouse, a free lighthouse that everybody can just jump in and chill out in.
I won't fail.
Good. The safety of the entire Republic depends on your success. I'll be observing your operations from here.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, Lieutenant. Dismissed.
Misdissed. That's another nice ludge of XP and rewards. I'm going to take Arik off a healer now and put him back onto damage, as we're now in very much a case of regular content. He should be able to whiff through it all. So we want to pick up any other quests or missions that we bump into. This is all side content now. So we've got our main purple quest. The other thing that we've not got yet on this planet is our story arc. I've come the wrong way, because I know for a fact there's another quest down here available, and there might be some more in that side room. I'm not sure we're advanced enough through the story to pick the side room ones up. No, we're not. But I think there's an Ugonaut quest that we can take from down here, if I remember right.
This place is even more
Oh, we're out.
It's hard to believe we'll be reporting here from now on.
I think there's an Ugonaut quest. So we may as well take this while we're at it. Load up and do as much content as we possibly can in the game. Yeah, it gets up your tits a bit, Dave. You know, you start watching a YouTuber and it's join my club, get these emojis. Who gives a fuck about emojis, really? You know, donate. It just gets on your tits after a while. And I think, you know, Beck saying's best. The less it costs, the better it is. Just fact. It's just the way it is. But anyway, that's just, you know, my 10 pence. Now, I know SWOTA's not for everybody, but this is why I'm also going to dual stream it with Open Morrowind, so there's something for everybody. And I'll give it a splash of the farming and the Linux content and the free movies. I think it's a nice blend, so there's a bit of something for everybody. Yeah, I just, you know, I know a lot of people enjoy it and like to subscribe and support the content creators, but, you know, I'm at the stage in my life where I do this for pleasure, because I enjoy it, not because I need to make a living out of it. You know, and I think if you start going down the road of trying to make a living out of any streaming platform, you're in deep trouble. Because then it becomes a chore. It's a job, isn't it? It's not your hobby. It's not your pleasure. It's a chore. You know, if I had to get up every day without fail and live stream in order to satisfy the paying customers, well, I may as well just go and get a fucking 9-to-5 job. It's no different. Thanks, Dave. Well, as I say, it's there if people want to enjoy it. You know, there'll be some crackers, there'll be some crappers as well. It's potluck, you know. I mean, YouTube's really hot on copyrighted content, so it's not going to be easy to get some of the movies up there, but I'll do my best. She got a quest? No. Thought I saw a quest here, but obviously I'm just 3 cans short of a 12-pack there. Maybe we need to get this entry-level quest done first and some of the side quests. So yeah, we need to go over to the mezzanine. Yeah, well, as I say, I mean, I'll try and put a a nice mixture of them up, from, you know, the latest and greatest to, you know, 20s, 30s and 40s movies, because some of them really are, you know, timeless classics. And I think with the older movies, the stories are fantastic because they're in black and white, or because younger people don't know the actors, they tend not to get the traction. But again, I'm not doing it for views. I don't give a flying fuck if any of the content I put up gets 1 view or 1 billion views. Makes no fucking difference to me, because I don't earn any money out of it. So it's purely for people's pleasure. But yeah, I'll keep doing it unless I get banned off of YouTube again, which is a possibility. I'm just saying. But I really enjoy it, digging out the old movies and uploading them and just having some fun. And you know, I get lots of comments off of people saying thanks so much for the movie, really enjoyed it. Well, that kind of makes it all worthwhile. And the other thing I love about this game is the way that it talks to you through the mail system, which is great. So some of these should give us a shit ton of free prestige, and even more prestige. Gotta love it, ain't you? And we'll keep that because that's a canister that we can't just right click. We've got to trade that in on the fleet. There's a quest here that we can pick up as well. This is all side content, but again, doing this content, you're doing yourself a big fat favour.
I praise you for your service and ask a moment of your time. The senator sent me as his representative, though he'd prefer to be here himself. He loves to walk among his people.
Yeah, they're pretty much gone, Dave, and I have got myself and Beck an alternative, and I'll show you what that alternative is. I'll probably do a separate video on it, and it's really, really good. It's certainly as good, if not better, than the old putlockers. But putlockers have been pretty much IP banned and blocked in every country. The video of the live stream of mine that I did yesterday that got blocked, that's every free TV channel on the planet, and that comes as standard for free with every copy of Linux Mint, which blew me away. I didn't even know it existed. So yeah, I mean, the other thing that people miss out is that this is not only an ex-Windows 10 class gaming PC, it's also a full media station. So, you know, I mean, you literally cannot go wrong.
Perfect for this job. I'm glad I found you. To find out where the guild has hidden the senator's shipment, you'll have to speak with security captain Denel Zahn. He ran the investigation. Then return the shipment to Senator Bark's office in the
I'll do it at the end of this, but I can't demonstrate like I did yesterday any of the channels or the movie streams, because I'll just instantly get the live stream taken down. But you just have to trust me that it is what it is. If you want every free TV channel on the planet, then on Linux Mint it's called Hypnotics, and this basically is a fabulous little player, and if you download the M3U extensions, you can literally end up with every available TV channel that's ever been made. So again, movies, we've got, you know, just on the IPTV, and there's loads, and you've got them all in here. I can't click on it because if it starts playing I'll get an instant ban. The other thing that you should look at for your movies is a thing called 123movies.com, which again I've put back on, and she's really happy with it because I'm live streaming. It's not going to load up very, very well. Again, use it with a VPN, but this is a straight replacement for putlockers. I think putlockers, because it's really, really Asian, i.e. Chinese Asian, I think it's just got worldwide IP blocked across all of its servers. Let me try and re-download that again. No, it's not going to do it because I'm streaming and I'm using all my bandwidth to do the stream. But again, use a VPN and you'll find literally everything on here, from all the latest and greatest movies, TV series, and they all go back from time immemorial. So you're looking for www.123movies.free.net, and that should pretty much have you covered. So with your IPTV and 123, you've got pretty much every bit of content you could ever want. The only other thing that I do tend to go for separately is the Footy Byte website for all my live sports, because it just saves having to grope around, and absolutely every sport is on here. You know, you want your NFL, it's all on here. You can just click on it and choose a live stream. So, you know, if you want to watch the Indianapolis Colts versus the Houston Texans, here's all your streams. Just make sure that you've got an ad blocker installed. And again, I don't put it on because I don't want this stream to get taken down. But these all work, and they're all, and I use it all the while. And you're pretty much covered for absolutely everything that you could desire. You know, and again, all your Formula Ones on here. You know, your WRC, the Qatar Grand Prix. We could watch highlights, stay tuned, blah blah blah. You know, everything's on here. You can watch your live races, boxing, that's all on here. And again, as soon as any boxing matches are available, so you know, you literally got everything you could want. You got the Premier League, you got your UEFA Championship, you got the German Bundesliga, you got La Liga from Spain, you got Serie A from Italy, you've got the fighting channel, you've got NBA, NFL, cricket, tennis, MotoGP, rugby. You know, all your major sports are covered for you. So, you know, with those three items alone, you've not only got a great gaming PC, which I've got here, but you've also got a full media centre. And along with all your standard localised TV channels and Netflix, Twitch, your iPlayer, ITVX, thank you for the bottle, thank you. You know, you're covered. You've literally got the lot at your fingertips. You can't go wrong. Send me the link on Steam if you have to. Okay, yeah, we'll do. I'll send you the link on Steam. You'll also need the M3U extensions, and I'll send you the link for that as well, because that allows you to, you know, really add some content value to your media side of things. Okay, well, I hope that's helped you out. I'm going to end the live stream here. I'll see you all tomorrow for some World of Warships. I think it's tomorrow I get a free tier 9 ship, so I'm really excited about that. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy your PCs. Much, much love. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers. Oh, thank you. And thanks for the coffee. Bless you. Lovely. Lovely.